What is crack-a-lackin'? Today we're going to be back testing a probability idea I have. And the probability idea I have is when things go on streaks. When things go on streaks, let's say a team wins. They're on a 25-game winning streak. What are we going to do? What should we do? Well, we should not bet against them. We should also not bet for them. So what should we do? Now, what we should do is restart the scoreboard now. The team has a probability of winning. Let's say it's 67% chance. Yes, 25 in a row is absurd with a 67% chance, but it's happened. What can we expect from the future? We can expect 67% chance. So we restart the scoreboard at 0, at 26, game 26. If they win, it's positive 1. Well, you restart that scoreboard, and if it gets from that point, they win 3 times in a row or something like that, well, now we can start betting on them getting back to 0, getting back to the probability of 0, if we know it's a 67% chance. Now, sports are a lot different because there's psychology I guess there's psychology in the market, but there's just a lot less data in sports, man. There's a lot of data in the financial markets, and from what I can see, the data that I pull, it's remarkable how break even a system really is. I'd like to show you, this is my spreadsheet. I basically track the market, and I have, I can have a scoreboard of basically of how profitable it is to go for trends, go for 3R or more. For me, 3Rs pay 7R, risking 1 to make 7. Overall, there's 998 trades. The profit is negative 14R. So they're like, that's negative edge. No, sir, that is break even. There is 0 edge there. If you actually want to see a chart, I can show, but I don't think it matters that much. I'll just show it just because. I don't think it matters that much. I mean, there's 900 plus trades. Almost 1,000 trades over the past 4 months on the ES here. And I can tell you right now, not much edge to this thing. So what do we do with it? This is the profit equity curve if you were just going for trends all the time, going for 3Rs all the time, risking 1 to make 7. Market's going that direction. I'm going with it. That's what this is. And we see that it's clearly 0 edge. You might think it's negative, but it really isn't. Over 990 trades, and you've lost, 20R? Like, that's break even. That's nothing. Now, what do we do? What's the bet? Tell me what the bet is. I'll tell you. I want to find an instance in the marketplace where it is too much trend, too much or too much mean reversion. I'm just going to go past April. April's that block. I don't want to go in April. But let's just go for a random example in August. Great, sir. I don't care. I just want to see what happens here. I want enough data. So let's start with this. Fine. What I see, okay, I'm just keeping track on volatility. And I can tell you right now in the past 14 trades, they've made 18R doing trends. That's really good edge, right? 18R in 14 trades. Does this chart look like 18R in 14 trades? Do we know what 18R in 14 trades it really is? It's 1.2 R per trade. This doesn't even produce any R per trade over 900 trades. And I know this is the same chart across all different markets, all different time frames. It is fixed how break even this system is. I can't stress enough how middle the market is. Now, in this sequence, it's not middle. It's like the winning streak, you know what I'm saying? It's not middle. It's over 1 R per trade edge on the positive for volatility. You want to be trending right now, or going for volatility. And all I can say is that it can't continue like that, because we know the playbook, man. We know the odds. Overall, it's going to be freaking zero, man. It's not going to continue like this. And the first knee-jerk reaction I've always had, and I still fight it, is, oh, let's mean revert then. Let's go bet on not volatility because it's too much in one direction, right? Well, it's too much volatility. Let's mean revert this thing. And that's not the answer either, because the probabilities aren't so controlled to the point where it ebbs and flows that hard. It's not that consistent. I've tried where we should just run it back this way, and it's like, oh, I can just bounce this thing back and forth between the 50 line like it's tennis and make hand over fist. It's not like that. Sometimes it does mean revert for a period of time, and it doesn't retrace back to trend for a while. And then it goes back to mean revert, and then it goes trending for a deep while, and then overall it's actually even, So what actually do we do with this messed up data? So this is what we do. We take the scoreboard and put it to 0. So when something's happened like crazy like this, we get that and we get a signal that, all right, there's too much trend going on. Look at this, 4, a 2, a 3, a 3, a 3 up here. It's just too much. It shouldn't continue like that. It can, but it shouldn't. So what we do is keep a scoreboard. We keep a scoreboard, this scoreboard here. And we run a scoreboard down here. And basically what I'm saying is that if it gets too far away from, let's say 3. I haven't really done this back test yet. So let's say 3 away from 0. We want to put it to 0. We want the edge to be 0. So if the score is in the past 2 trades, we're ignoring the streak. We're ignoring it. We're just restarting 0. We're saying, I'm no bias. I have no bias. I just think it's going to be break even. That's all. So if it goes 2 in one direction, I'm not going to say that that's enough to say only 2 trades. I'm not going to say that that's enough to start trending it. I'm just allowing the scoreboard to get over 3 or under -3. So what we see is a 5. Okay. A 5 in the positive direction, meaning we should mean revert probably now. We'll mean revert this back to 0, and we get it. So we make 5R there. And I'll wait. It's at 0, -1, -2, -3. All right, it's at -3 now. I'm going to start trending this thing. So what I do is I trend this thing, -7. I mean, I keep on losing here, -9. And I'll lose all these trades. I lose 9R, so now we're down 4R. We're down 4R, still trending the market here. Still trending the market. And finally pick up a trend. It was due to our scoreboard. It was due. And we get it. So that's +3 now. +3. That's +3 now. We're at +3, and again, the scoreboard's at -5. So we're still going to want to trend this thing because it's less than 0. So we think the trends are going to keep coming back. So what we do is pick up a 2 losses, 2R down, and then bam, we get our trend. Now we're at 0. Now there's no signal. We wait. So at this point, it's -1. That's 3 - 2 is 1, +7 is 8. Now we're at 8. We're positive 8. So now we wait until, again, it's 3. We do the same thing. We trend. We lose 6R doing that. So we're now at positive 2. And then we finally find our trend on that next trade. We find our trend. It's still negative 2. That's not enough for us to say trend. We want it to be negative 3 or positive 3, which is a variable we can change throughout our back test. I don't know what the most optimal one is, but we're just saying it's got to be away from 0 by 3 to push it back to 0. All right. So now we're 2 plus 7. We're up 9R in total in this whole sequence, which is not crazy edge, but hey, you can just stop if you get up 10R. I mean, what if you get up 10R? We're at 9. Let's just keep going. If we can get to 10R, we stop. And like every signal, we do that. It might be profitable. Let's see. This one, it's negative 3. All right, now we start trending this thing. Why? Because it's negative 3. The mean reverters are winning, and we don't think they'll win. We don't think anybody's gonna win. No one's gonna get away with this. No one is. Trenders or mean reverters. No one's gonna fucking win. That's what we're saying. We're saying no one's gonna win. It's negative 3 edge or going that way, so we're gonna trend. We lose, brings it back to 8, but then we win 7R. 8 plus 7 is 15R. And then we can probably stop that in there. I don't know what I would do a target at, but that's a win right there. That's a win. So we just made 15R with our own scoreboard, and it was all triggered by an event of the 50-50 edge going in a complete streak. What can we assume what's going to happen? We're going to assume that there's going to be 0 edge, because that's really what it is. Overall, the gravity of it, where you can't fight it. You can't fight gravity. You know how strong that is? You can't fight that there is no edge. Okay, that's all that I know from all my data. So what I'm going to do is just say that there is no edge. And if I see someone winning, I'm going to say, I'm not going to short you, buddy. I'm not going to short you. But from here on out, I think it's going to be 50-50. That's all I'm saying. So the next time we find a huge streak of a team winning or a team losing, we shouldn't bet the other way, and we shouldn't bet in the trend either. We should bet on the probability existing, the probability taking place, whatever the probability actually is. So keep the scoreboard then and there, and if it gets too far away, you bring that right back to 0, because that's where it belongs. And we ignore that it was just up 25, right? We ignore that. And we restart entirely. The whole thing, we restart. Because from here on out, it's going to be 50-50. That's what we say. So, in this probability happens to be a 12.5% chance of happening. So, I'm working with risking 1 to make 7. That's the relationship. But it really can be 50-50 on 50-50 bets. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. The probabilities... I'm just saying that there shouldn't be any edge. Oh, it's funny. It's really funny. Pretty much I tested almost every symbol across different trade speeds, how increments are. Little increments or big increments. It's remarkable. It truly is remarkable. I mean, it's amazing. It really is. Even the higher time frame. I think BO soybean oil, I think this one was trendable at $1, which is, I only have 144 samples. And the edge, again, is 0.06. Like, how can it be so even on commodities? Commodities trend, dude. I thought they trend. Even on the higher time frame, I'm trading $1 increments. It takes freaking 4 days sometimes to get out of the trade. And it does not move in direct. Obviously sometimes it moves in directions, but there is no edge to it to always doing that. It is amazing. If there's one thing that's amazing from the market, is how fixed it really is. And you know what? Thank God for the algos. Thank God for all the quants pushing this to a fixed battle, because now we can know when it's not when it's becoming, when it's showing signs that it's not where it's not fixed at 50-50, we can assume that it will go to 50-50, and we can bet on whoever the heck is running this thing. We can bet on it bringing it back to 50-50. That's the bet. And we'll accept a loss. Look, we can't run the total scoreboard and like, technically we're down 38R in 900 trades, so it should be trending now. We can't hold that, because there's going to be little drifts of edge in one direction or not. But overall, it's not tradable, in my opinion. So that's the whole point, is just to restart that scoreboard. That's it. So I think that this is an interesting way of placing bets on the market, and any bets ever, in my opinion. Obviously, it needs a lot more fine tuning of back testing, and I would back test. I don't think I'm going to be able to program this. It's definitely going to be by hand here, but I think it's worth a back test. It might not even be profitable, but I like the idea of 50-50. And I tell you what right now doesn't work, is because it's trending and because there's a streak, we shouldn't bet on mean reversion. It doesn't work a lot most of the time. I mean, I'm not saying it never works, and I'm not saying that it's trending, we should trend, or we should bring it back to mean reverting, whatever. I'm just saying that it's not consistent enough. So like right now, it's super mean reverting, or sorry, super trending, volatile. I gotta start calling it volatile, because trend assumes direction. This doesn't have direction. This is just volatility. So high volatility, and then we start mean reverting. Well, we go down 6R. Now we're at break even after 8 trades. We're up 5R, and then we lose. Now we're at negative 2R, like 14 trades in. And we just got a signal that this simply can't continue at this rate of volatility. And you're right, it can't. But what can it do in the future? It doesn't just snap back to mean reversion, bro. It just doesn't do that. What it does is just continue from here on out, 50-50. That's the twist of the brain that we need. That's that realization that we actually need to start thinking on. All right. So I hope that you found this useful. Peace. Peace to the world. Peace to you. Peace to everybody. Ever. Peace.